back and forth, more from Teofimo's side. You approached your father, you told him something. What is it that you told him? Because I know he was trying to like get some antics towards you, and it didn't get to you.
No, I just told him about himself. He know what I said, but he gotta stop being a clown, you know? Like, everybody not with the clown antics and things like that just because he want to sell a fight. It's cool to sell a fight, but I'm not fighting. Leave me alone, I'm retired.
You give yourself time to reflect and appreciate how well you've done so far in your career?
No, not at all. I hate myself for it, but it's part of it. It's just part of the life.
Well, appreciate it as well.
I don't appreciate it. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I think that I get butchered, and I think God punishes me a lot for it. So I'm just a punching bag to that. So one day I'll get, maybe one day, but not yet.
We appreciate you though.
Yeah. These guys appreciate you too.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I just never got my fair share. I never did. Not once, man. Not once. But hey, that's just my journey. I guess I just never took on Baphomet, so I just gotta keep it moving.
Terrence Crawford didn't raise his voice, but when Bud addressed Teofimo Lopez's past comments, it hit like a judge's gavel. He wasn't arguing with emotion. He was arguing standards. Every word carried weight.
Gotta put respect to it. To all my brothers and sisters, I love you guys. Always salute to the power that it be above. I thank you guys. I never wanted anything to harm you guys at all. So for that, my condolences to all you guys and to the slavery and everything that's ever happened mentally.
See, look, I look at it like this. It's a prime example. When life comes at you, it'll come at you in many ways, and you gotta treat it like a champ. That's it. You gotta treat it like a champ. Tell yourself it's okay. I learned from it, and I treat it like a champ every time. So if you're going through hard times in your life, whether it's from any sports or academics or anything like that, it's okay. You're still a champ.
Terrence Crawford didn't raise his voice, but when Bud addressed Teofimo Lopez's past comments, it hit like a judge's gavel. He wasn't arguing with emotion. He was arguing standards. Ev Crawford framed it simply. Trash talk belongs in boxing. But when it crosses into racial insults and stereotypes, you're no longer selling a fight. You're exposing yourself.
Lopez apologized for slavery because of all of the disrespect and the racist comments he was given. Bud Crawford calling him a monkey, the N-word with the hard ER, etc., etc., etc. Who knew all Teo needed was an whooping? Well, Shakur gave him exactly.
That moment mattered because Bud isn't an internet personality. He's a pound-for-pound great who's lived the grind and understands how words echo once the gloves go on.
Faded all of it, so you know exactly what you're doing. You tried to play that game, making them racist remarks, and I said I'm not feeling it. I don't like when Ryan Garcia did it. I'm not understanding that type of stuff at all. I stand firm on that. Well, Terrence Crawford seen this after this last match when he got dominated. Shakur Stevenson put down the complete demonstration. He didn't get but one round. Terrence Crawford went up. You know, they had the little situation where they was about to get into it and stuff and said, hey, they mad. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. F them. F T.O., F his daddy, F his sister, and anyone else that has a problem.
Teofimo's history didn't vanish either. Taking shots at black fighters, questioning why networks signed them, mocking their success, it all stacked up. You could feel it hanging over him when he finally broke his silence after the loss, talking about punishment and reflection.
First of all, you don't joke about people's trauma. Second of all, it ain't even funny. So you know why he was doing it. He was purposefully being racist. So you get what you deserve. Teo was complaining about ESPN signing black fighters. From Devin Haney to Shakur to Shushu to Keyshawn. Ironically, they all won, and Teo is the only one that lost. They all won in impressive fashions, becoming champions, etc. Teofimo Lopez is the only one that lost in an embarrassing fashion.
In the end, Teofimo was the only one who lost badly. Karma or not, boxing has a way of answering disrespect with reality. Then came the ring, and that's where Shakur Stevenson erased all the talking. From the opening bell, Shakur didn't just outbox Teo, he outthought him. Every feint became a trap. Every rush turned into a mistake.
But nah, it was a hell of a night. T.O. he came and tried to do his best, but his best wasn't enough.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. I thought T.O., he came, he brought it, but you were just that much better. I was so impressed by the range control, the balance, the discipline in there. How did you feel in there?
I knew since the second round it was over. I went back to my corner, I told him, I said, I'm stronger than he is. And when I seen that, it just gave me more confidence, and it was my night.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you filled out really well, 140. You looked really strong in there, big. Is this your best weight class?
I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna be at 140. I have no clue. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board and sit down and scan myself. I'm gonna watch the fight, see how I like it, and we'll see.
Teofimo looked confused, frustrated, always a step behind a fighter who had already solved the puzzle. This wasn't about strength or toughness. It was about timing, IQ, and preparation. Shakur made a former champion look ordinary without theatrics, and that's the coldest kind of dominance.
Saw how hard you trained in there. It showed in the ring, the discipline, the shape you were in. You had great cardio. Looked like you could have gone, 18 rounds.
I could have. That was easy. I actually was picking it up as it go, but T.O. he fought to not get stopped, so respect to him.
Wait, so respect for fighting to not get stopped?
I mean, he could have got stopped in there. It was almost over at a couple of times.
Isn't that more respect, maybe, if you?
I mean, he's a tough fighter.
Yeah.
He got power too, speed too.
So that cut you opened up. That was what, precision?
That was me just being the best. Hey, Mike, we about to get.
So when people connect the dots, Crawford calling out the disrespect, Teofimo questioning his path, and Shakur delivering a masterclass, it feels less like coincidence and more like boxing doing what it always does. Talk all you want. Eventually, the ring tells the truth.
Just what was it like in there? How come you didn't really feel like you could get into the rhythm as such? I mean, just your perspective on it.
Yeah, I think I was just honestly too focused on one particular objective, one particular thing, than really enjoying what I could see opening. I was catching him a lot with the body shots a lot, so I think that was one of my effective arsenals that was getting him every time. But I think just more combinations, especially finish with left hooks and stuff. I did poorly on not listening to my team. That's on me. Take it on the
After watching Shakur turn the fight into a live lesson in control and timing, Teofimo Lopez Sr. stepped in, sounding like a man explaining a storm after it had already passed. He started by saying everything was fine, then immediately explained why nothing was. He kept returning to sparring and game plans, and that's the first crack. Because when he says Teo didn't do what he was told, what he's really saying is the plan never survived Shakur's mind.
The sparring sessions were like what motivated me to this fight. I was 100% sure who was gonna win. For some reason, the game plan, my son didn't do what I told him he was supposed to do.
You can hear the frustration when he talks about rhythm and stopping Shakur from doing what Shakur does best. That's the nightmare matchup in one sentence. He floats the idea that media pressure in future fight talk got into Teo's head, and that's possible. But it also admits something bigger. This wasn't a physical loss. It was a mental one. When he says Teo's power wasn't there, that doesn't sound like tired muscles. It sounds like hesitation.
How you gonna fight, a fight when everybody wants you to lose? You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know what happened. It just looked like all his powers were not there. Like everything was like that we planned, everything that he did in sparring, everything that we planned to do was not there.
When he insists Teo wasn't beat up and went 12 rounds, that's a father protecting his son's pride, not a coach breaking down the chessboard. The key moment is when he admits Teo is easy to mess with mentally. Shakur didn't have to hurt him early, he just had to confuse him. Senior keeps saying everyone wanted Teo to lose, but pressure in boxing doesn't come from noise. It comes from the man across from you taking away your options. Even the 8th round moment he mentions feels like a reach, because Shakur reset immediately and took control again.
Greats have lost, and they have come back, and they have done great. So, we're here, and we're gonna stay. He's still 28 years old. He's still not in his prime, and we're coming back stronger than ever. You know, next time I think he's ready to go to 147.
Then comes the pivot to 147, the classic post-loss escape hatch. Bigger weight, fresh start, new names. But moving up doesn't fix processing speed, discipline, or adaptability. Teo Sr. sounds loyal, emotional, and genuine, but also trapped in explanations that avoid the simplest truth. Shakur didn't win because Teo failed. Shakur won because he was better, faster upstairs, and 2 moves ahead before Teo even started thinking.
We hurt Shakur, like I think in the 8th round, and he was hurt for about 2 rounds, and he let him come back. You know, the whole plan was not to exchange with him. The whole plan was not to box with him. But I guess, you know, it worked to Shakur's benefit, and congratulations to him and to his team. And we got to move to better things, you know what I'm saying? It's not the end of the world. Regroup and come back. He's the greatest. He's one of the greatest fighters right now in the business, and let's see what happens, you know, in the future.
Right after Teofimo Sr. finishes explaining the loss like a system glitch instead of a takeover, Tim Bradley steps in and says, "You're still missing the scary part." Bradley isn't debating who won. He's pointing out how little Shakur actually showed. When he says this wasn't the full package yet, that's not hype, it's a warning. He's looking at Shakur the same way veterans once looked at a young Bud Crawford: "You're still loading."
Still growing as a fighter. He's still growing as a man. He's not even at his peak yet. Let me say that again. He's not at his peak yet. The minute Shakur gets confident enough, because you heard it after when he was just like, I could have stopped him, but he started fighting back. The minute he gets confident enough, man, I'm telling y'all, he gonna stop a lot of fighters.
Bradley even mentioned Shakur admitting he could have stopped Teo but chose control. That tells you everything. This fight was managed, not survived. Every time Teo tried to think, he got countered. Every time he tried to load up, he froze. Bradley says Teo went amateur not because he forgot how to fight, but because his mind got overwhelmed. Then comes the Crawford comparison. Not power. Not violence. That moment when Bud decides he's done solving you and ends the test early. Bradley believes Shakur is headed there soon. Senior talks about plans. Bradley talks inevitability. One explains the past. The other forecasts the future. And if Bradley's right, what we saw wasn't peak Shakur, it was a preview.
Shakur turned Teofimo Lopez into an amateur fighter. Didn't even leave first gear. This is not the best Shakur Stevenson. I'm telling you guys. I said this after the Cepeda fight. When Shakur put it all together, I'ma tell y'all when he puts it all together. When he put it all together, I promise you, it's gonna be crazy. Y'all gonna be like, oh my God. Yeah. Shakur Stevenson, Terrence Crawford. I didn't have to be in the ring with Terrence Crawford.
Then Brian McIntyre changes the lens completely. B-Mac isn't talking excuses, he's talking levels. When he calls Shakur's performance a masterpiece, it sounds like a coach recognizing clean work. He points it at the next generation: rewind this fight and take notes. When he says he knew Shakur would dominate the moment it was announced, that's respect for styles, not disrespect to Teo. When B-Mac says nothing Teo tried was going to work, that's brutal honesty. Not mistakes, no doors. And when he repeats that Shakur has a great boxing mind, it ties everything together. This wasn't about speed or power. It was about thinking faster.
The masterpiece, man. He looked so smooth, calm, and relaxed, man. That was beautiful. That was the one boxing lesson that you future guys, young guys and amateurs just turning pro, watch that, man. That was beautiful.
When you were watching it, did you feel right away Shakur's gonna run away with this?
Well, I kind of figured that when they said they was gonna fight each other, so I knew Shakur was gonna dominate him, but they must hype the fight up.
B-Mac even jokes that the best way to beat Shakur might be to stay away from him, and that might be the most accurate scouting report yet. Then he pivots to Crawford. When he says Bud has nothing left to prove, it feels earned. 3 undisputed runs, dominance across divisions, walking away clean, that's beating boxing itself. And when he describes working with Bud like a classroom, the connection is obvious. The same system that shaped Bud is shaping Shakur. While Teo Sr. talks about regrouping, B-Mac talks eras. Shakur at 135, 140, maybe higher. Bud riding into the sunset. Different stages, same foundation. This wasn't luck. This was education.
Just the way he dominates this fight. There's never been a fight that Terrence had that's been suspect or they wanted to run it back or something like that. There's not one fighter. Most of the fighters that he fought, he ended their career, or they never was the same fighter after he fought them. Just look at it. Look at it, man. The last 3 guys, man, look what he did to them. The last 4 or 5 guys. Jesus Christ.
When you stack it all together, the picture is clear. Terrence Crawford checked the culture. Shakur Stevenson answered in the only language that matters. Everyone else reacted to the aftershock. Teofimo didn't just lose a fight, he ran into a moment where talk, identity, preparation, and reality collided. His father is still searching for explanations. Tim Bradley is warning this isn't Shakur's final form. And B-Mac is calmly showing what elite boxing looks like when talent meets discipline. This wasn't chaos or controversy. This was separation. Shakur didn't need to be loud or dramatic. He needed time and space, and once he got it, the division felt smaller. The scary part? Everyone agrees this isn't peak Shakur yet. That's not hype. That's a forecast. And no move Teofimo makes next will erase the lesson, because boxing never forgets.
I had to do was watch with my eyes one and hear the same thing that I said about Crawford, the way Crawford said about Shakur, and how confident he is in Shakur because he's been in the ring with Shakur and he knows what Shakur can do. That's all.
So the real question isn't what went wrong for Teofimo. It's what happens when Shakur finally decides he's done teaching and starts closing the class early.